Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, hit'oreri, kiva ore, kumi ori, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla, lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvetzola, tov emunei am segula, bo'i chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Please be seated. Continue now dividing our service, moving into Shabbat and the evening in full on page 144 with the Chatzi Kaddish. I invite you to respond where appropriate. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabba be'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael bagala uvizmahan kahariv ve'imeru amen yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'alam ulam me'almaya yitbarach ve'yishtabach V'itpar v'yitromam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei Kudesha Brichu Le'elav min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Da'amihiran be'alma Ve'imeru Amen. We continue together on page 146, and I invite you to please rise for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Please be seated. We continue with our prayer for the evening, Ma'ariv Aravim, first in Hebrew and then in English on page 148, we'll recite the Chatima in Hebrew, only in the Hebrew portion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chokhmah poteach sha'arim, uvidvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, kolel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil bein yom uvein layla. Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. We'll continue now on page 150 with Ahavat Olam, a song of the relationship between God and the people of Israel.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavita, Amcha ahavita. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbenu, uvkumenu nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratcha, v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavat al hatasir, mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Ohev amo Yisrael.
Amen. As we come to the Shema, we gather the scattered pieces of this week. Some of us arrive with gratitude, some with worry, some with heavy hearts, and some simply tired. The Shema does not ask us to be perfect before we begin. It asks us to listen for the quiet truth beneath all the noise, that God's presence can still be found in a fractured world. I invite you to please rise and turn to page 152 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
turn the page. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha Veshinantam levagnecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'lechtecha v'derech, u'v'shochbecha, u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot beineinecha, u'chtavtam, Amizuzot beitecha uvisharecha lemahan tiskeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Lihiot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. Please be seated. At the sea, our ancestors sang before they had a map of the future. They sang with Pharaoh behind them and uncertainty ahead of them. Mi Chamocha is not the song of people who have never been afraid. It is the song of people who have seen what fear can do and who choose freedom anyway. Tonight we stand in their footsteps. We carry memories of narrow places and we carry hope for wider ones. We know redemption is not a single moment. It is a path we walk toward, step by step, generation by generation. Mi Chamocha can be found on page 158.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osei fele, nora tehilot osei fele, mahalechutecha ranu vanecha, bokeh ayam lifnei Moshe Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'ameru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, yabai bai bim bim bam, yabai bai bim bam, yabai bai bim bim bam, yabai bai bim bam, ay 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 ay, yabai bai bim bam, ay 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 ay, yabai bai bim bam.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב
וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen. As an alternative reading for Hashkivenu, our prayer for peace. Help us lie down in peace, God, and help us rise to life renewed. Spread over us a shelter of courage and compassion. Guard those we love and those who have no one to guard them. Protect all who are vulnerable tonight, the sick and the grieving, the anxious and the alone, the displaced and the endangered, and all who bear responsibility for the safety of others. Let this night bring rest to our bodies, clarity to our minds, and tenderness to our hearts. Blessed are you, God, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We offer a song of Shabbat on page 162, Vishamru.
Veshamru v'nei Yisrael
et ha-Shabbat
la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam.
We continue with the Amidah, the main thrust of our prayer service this evening, and I invite you to please rise on page 164. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula, Livnei V'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav L'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Baal Gevurot, Umidomer Kadoshim b'chol yom ya'alelu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. I invite you to continue your Amidah silently, either with the words on the page through 180 or with the meditation of your own heart, and to be seated when you have finished your Amidah.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen, ve'imeru amen.
Amen. At this time, we think about those who are in need of healing, be it physical, spiritual, or emotional healing. And as we turn to page 371, I offer first the names of those in our own community for whom we're praying for their healing, including Paul Adriance, Margaret Ashworth, Pauline Beatty, Carol Degenhart, Neil B. Erickson, Roger Friedman, Seth Gallitzer, David Gardner, Norman Garfield, Sonia Goodman, Perry Graves, Brady Heights, Paul Hinkle, Kim Kay, Sidney Califf, Vivian Parker, Alan Parker, Lupe Perez, Len Richter, Stephen Paula Shatera, Howard Schwartz, Joe Scraper, Ted Stempfel, and Val Vandersloos. If at this time you are thinking of someone in need of healing who was not mentioned, I invite you to share their name aloud as my eyes meet yours. Or if you're joining us on Zoom, you can put their names in the chat.
Kelly Perkins and Bubby Howell.
John Decker, Katrina Brennan, Rod Clausen, Patricia Picario, Keevan Ransom. Rick Norman, Bob Taylor.
We think of all of those whose names have been shared out loud and all those we also keep still in our hearts. And on page 371, we'll offer the words of our tradition, first chanted by me, then sung by us all, of Misha Berach L'Cholim, our prayers for healing. Misha berach avotenu v'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah v'Rechet hacholim shelanu HaKadosh Baruch Hu yimalei rachamim aleihem lahachlimam u'rapotam u'lachachazikam v'yishlach lehem mehera refuah shlema min hashamayim refuat hanefesh refuat haguf hashta b'gala v'zman kariv v'nomar amen.
Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen. And we wish them a refuah shlema mehera, a complete and speedy recovery. At this time, though, we'll turn to some happier thoughts. It is time for our birthday and anniversary blessings. Now, I have refilled our goodie box of gifts that we give out, but let's see who shall be. Well, we got viewfinders and stuff now. They got like Jewish stuff inside them. We got little keychain tokens and stuff. We got small ducks that are like ceramic, and they have Magne David and dreidels and such on them. Yeah, right? They're cool. So I'm saying we got some good stuff. Anyway, for those celebrating birthdays in February, if you're here and would like to be blessed, please come on up. I don't call out names, but I think there's only one of you here.
We will call out names.
No. We won't call out names. But yeah, come on. You're already half standing up. Come on. All right. Thank you, Lauren, for coming on up and allowing us to celebrate you this month. So, and for anyone joining us all as well, we've got a couple of other. February is a light month for us, but Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, our God and God of the generations before us, we give thanks for the gift of life and for the privilege of marking another year. Bless Lorne, our congregant celebrating a birthday this month, with strength and purpose. Renew his energy, deepen his resilience, and guide him toward a year of health, joy, and meaning. Let him feel the support of this community as he steps forth into the days ahead. And we say, Amen. And we sing,
Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach.
V'harbe od. Many more. Yom Huledet Sameach. Okay. And now we have only one anniversary in our entire synagogue in February, and it's Leif and Deborah. So, Leif and Deborah, would you please join us up here on the bima for a anniversary blessing and, of course, choice of token? More exciting every year. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, God of our ancestors, bless this couple celebrating an anniversary this month. Strengthen the love that has carried them to this moment. Fill their home with shalom bayit, a peace that steadies them through every season of life. May their partnership continue to grow in trust, compassion, and shared purpose. And may the years ahead bring joy that matches their devotion to one another. Amen. And then, Shachianu.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu, V'kiyamanu, V'higianu, Lazman Hazeh.
No chance, I don't have any chance, sorry. Duck is terrific. Thank you so much, and thank you for allowing us to celebrate your anniversary with you this month. Move things around. All right. So, Parashat Yitro, which we're reading this week, teaches us the fourth commandment with simple, thunderous clarity. Zachor et Yom HaShabbat l'kadsho. Remember the Sabbath day to make it holy. At Sinai, God gives us many obligations that depend on circumstance. Parents to honor, neighbors to love, idols to reject. But Shabbat is different. It is a sanctuary in time. When the weak frays our nerves and our hope feels thin, God carves out a space where we can breathe again. Heschel called Shabbat a cathedral in time. You don't need tickets or perfect faith to enter. You need willingness. The text insists we step back from the churn. 6 days you shall labor, so that on the seventh we can rediscover who we are and whose we are. The mountain in our text is wrapped in boundaries. Shabbat is that boundary translated into our calendars. Sinai is unapproachable chaos without limits. So is modern life. Most of us carry too much. We carry work that follows us home. We carry the phone that never stops buzzing. We carry headlines and hard stories, the ache of a world that will not fix itself on our timeline. Shabbat does not solve all of that. But Shabbat gives us one day when we are not defined by our output. It says you are not your inbox, your grades, your balance sheet, your performance review. You are a bearer of God's image, invited to taste freedom, like Yetziat Mitzrayim, every week. In Jewish communal conversation, we sometimes divide into Shomer Shabbat and not Shomer Shabbat, as if the only way to honor the day is by strict halachic observance. No melacha, timers set, pre-ripped toilet paper. That path is noble and beautiful. But Torah's verb in this instance is zachor, remember. A Zocher Shabbat Jew orients the day around memory, blessing, peoplehood, and God. Lighting candles and saying Kiddush, coming to services, singing Zmirot, sharing lunch, learning a bit of Torah, napping without guilt, calling the person who's lonely, and choosing words that sanctify. It is a covenantal path. In our community, Zachor and Shamor are co-equal doors into the same room. One emphasizes sacred responsibility, sacred remembrance and positive acts. The other emphasizes sacred restraint and boundaries. Both answer the same call from the same mountain. Make this day different so it can make you different. Achad Ha'am quipped, more than the Jews have kept the Sabbath has kept the Jews. Yitro gives us the reason. Shabbat is how a free people protects its freedom. Work is holy, can be. But if we never stop, work becomes Pharaoh. Shabbat breaks the chain. It levels the social field. You, your son and daughter, your servant, even the stranger within your gates. Everyone gets an equal share of rest. Hope grows in that pause. Gratitude grows there too. So what does Shabbat as sanctuary look like this week? Right here, not in theory. Try choosing one Zachor and one Shamor. Light candles if if you're going to do so later at home, and bless someone by name at your table tonight. Or come to Torah study tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. That's Zachor. Then set a boundary that protects the day. Maybe silence notifications, or you could put the car keys in a drawer, or draw a line around a family meal with no devices. That's Shomer. Come to shul each week and sing, even if you're off key. Take a real nap. Walk, don't scroll. These are not small things. They are the bricks of a metaphysical sanctuary that cannot be shuttered by the week's noise. We cannot repair everything tonight, but we can receive a gift our ancestors heard long ago, one day that remembers us back to ourselves. Enter it with intention, by remembering and by guarding, and let that quiet courage carry you into a new week. May this Shabbat keep you as you keep it, and may its peace make hope possible for you. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May it be God's will. And now it is my honor to invite up Melissa Householder, our temple president, to offer our announcements this evening.
Didn't fall on the stairs another time. It's always a fear. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
On behalf of our board of directors, I wanted to extend a warm welcome to our guests and members. On this Shabbat, we extend our thanks to Deborah Edelman Dolan and Leif Dolan for lighting the candles and leading the Kiddush. Haley McGee for hosting the streaming equipment. Hurst Kaufman for accompanying. Stephanie Shatera for leading our music. Rabbi Stern for leading our service. And a thank you to everyone who brought a dish to share at the Oneg. Please help clean up after the Oneg. Next Friday, February 13th, please join us for Shabbat service. This service will be led by Rhoda Wiseman, and Brendan Howard will lead the music. Susan Jubershall will give the Devar Torah. For other upcoming events and other important information, please check tonight's handout, the Temple Beth Shalom website calendar at tbstopeka.org, the monthly bulletin, or the weekly announcement. Tonight's tzedakah will go to Israel Movement for Reform Judaism, and the tzedakah box is in the foyer. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you very much. This time we will get ready to conclude our service, and we do so by turning to page 586 at the bottom and by rising for Aleinu L'Shabeach. Aleinu L'Shabeach Ladon HaKol Latet Gdula Liyotzeh Breshit Shelo Asanu Kegoyei Haratzot Velo Samanu Kemishpechot Adama Shelo Sam Chelkeinu Kahem Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam Va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 591. V'nehemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiheh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. We think now of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. In our own community, we are thinking of, in the period of Shiva, the 7 days, Alan Organ, And we recall in the period of Shloshim, the 30 days, Tim Yoho, Karen Cecil, and Marie Ruby. And we recall the yard sites, the anniversaries of the passing of Faye Ruby, Doba Bryman, Ida Rudnick, Joan Bryman, Edward Moyer, Manuel Pusitz, and Karen Flattery. If at this time you are thinking of someone, either because you're in a period of mourning or recalling a yard site and wish to share their name with the community, I invite you to do so when my eyes meet yours, or if you're joining us on Zoom, to please put their names in the chat.
Roman Hischinsky.
Thinking of all those who couldn't be with us and who we remember now, we turn to page 598. And if it is your custom or you are in a period of mourning or recalling a yard site, I invite you to now please rise as we recite the Kadisha Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish, on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'alam ulamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Please be seated. Before we turn to our Kiddush and Motzi and Oneg Shabbat, we will turn first to page 625 for our closing song this evening, Adon Olam.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Le'eit Na'asa V'chefzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Imo Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hove Ve'hu Yiyeh Betifara Ve'hu Echad Ve'en Sheni Ve'hamshiro Ve'hachbira Ve'li Reshit Ve'li Tachlit Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'hamisra Ve'hu Eli Ve'hagoali Ve'tzur Chevli Ve'eit Sahara Ve'hu Nisi Umanos Li Ve'nat Kosi Ve'yom Ekra Ve'yahado Afkid Ruchi Ve'eit Yishan Ve'ahira Ve'im Ruchi Keviati Adonai Li Ve'lo Ira.
And now if I could invite Leif and Deborah back up to help us with Kiddush and Motzi. You can find the words for Kiddush on page 123 of your Siddur. You want to do it? You sure?
Brugata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Purei Puri Hagafen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshana b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. And now, if we have anyone under the age of Bar Bat Mitzvah, I think I spy Scout, come on up. We're going to now move to Motzi. If you need the words for Motzi, they're on page 606. But to be fair, we'll probably be done by the time you reach it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. May this be a wonderful, wonderful, restful Shabbat for you. And if you're rooting for someone in the Super Bowl that isn't the Chiefs, I hope that team wins. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi.
Is there a blessing for the Super Bowl?
It's been a good 9 years.
In a very general sense,
Is there a
probably.
blessing for the czar?
Only the funny one from Philly.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we don't have to worry about
Stay
it.
far away from us.
Of all the problems we have, the czar is not one.
Well, we got one that's kind of...
Well, you know.
Hi, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
How are you, Diana?
Oh, I'm okay. Is this Darcella?
Yeah.
Hi. Boy, I haven't seen you for a long, long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. How you been?
Slow. I'm very old and slowed down, but I'm still driving during the day.
Good.
So I'm all right. You too.